This is a shot taken from the peaceful coastline of Southern California. But, despite the peaceful appearance of the waters here, kilometers out from this exact coast, there is a massive event happening in the ocean at all times during the year. This phenomenon, called the North Pacific Gyre, stirs the northern Pacific Ocean like one giant pot, as the currents of the ocean rotate clockwise in a huge oval that spans from the coasts of Japan to California. While this event is a normal part of Earth's daily, natural occurrences, the dumping of waste in the ocean is not. Oftentimes carried from rivers and other inland sources, these mounds of trash are put into our Earth's system through littering, abandoned fishing gear, stormwater discharges, and more. When all of this waste meets the North Pacific Gyre, the result is unfortunate and quite ugly. The gyre's stirring draws waste into the middle of the vortex, creating a massive collection of trash in the center and preventing it from escaping. The collection was discovered in 1997 by Charles Moore and subsequently named the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, estimated to be made up of waste weighing at a total of 100,000 metric tons and spanning an area of 1.6 million kilometers, making it about 3 times as large as the country of France, and twice as large as the state of Texas, according to the Ocean Cleanup Project, an organization dedicated towards ridding the oceans of the many things that pollute them. This patch of trash, big enough to be its own country, was estimated by a 2018 study of the garbage patch to be made up of about 1.8 trillion individual pieces of debris, ranging from the tiniest microplastics to discarded fishing nets. To make matters worse, the Ocean Cleanup Project estimates that between 1.15 and 2.41 million metric tons of plastic are flowing into the ocean annually, making the situation worse with every passing month. While this situation looks bleak, there is a new avenue of cleanup that is being attempted, one that researches the frontier of microbiology, utilizing the smallest volunteers available to us and asking bacteria to do our cleaning. Through this new frontier, we may be able to finally combat the constant stream of waste into the ocean. We call this application of bacteria bioremediation.
Bioremediation can happen at the contamination site, otherwise known as in situ, where the treatment for bioremediation happens at the site. Take, for example, an oil spill on the beach. We can use a bioremediation technique called bioaugmentation to where we introduce different organisms such as bacteria and fungi into the water.
But how do these organisms help to clean up oil spills? You might be surprised to learn that they are able to use the oil as food, using molecules within the oil called hydrocarbons to fuel themselves.
The microorganisms will consume the oil through aerobic respiration. Just as humans breathe oxygen and consume food for energy, the microbes will breathe oxygen and burn the oil hydrocarbons.
Our goal, however, isn't to get rid of oil, as useful as that is. Our goal is to get rid of solid waste, plastic, fibers, and so on and so forth. These microorganisms can break down molecules in oil, but what use do they have with garbage?
Luckily, there are types of bacteria and fungi that have evolved to break down the waste. But before we talk about breaking down the waste, I need to break it down with my good friend, Joey Brancato.
Thanks, Anthony. Something I want to talk to you about are these extremophile halophiles. These bacteria are vital for our ecosystem. They rely on temperature, they rely on pH, and most importantly, salinity. Each of these factors are at stake in this present day, so make sure that you do your part in pollution.
Researchers have found that not all hope is lost after all. First discovered in Japan by the Kyoto Institute of Technology, we are now aware of the existence of the key bacterium now known as Ideonella sakaiensis 201F6, a tiny, but mighty, organism.
This bacterium is capable of breaking down polyethylenes, or otherwise known as the stuff that you find in your water bottles and straws.
In addition, further research done by others in Japan have found bacterial enzymes called leaf branch compost cutinases and engineered their own versions of them, creating a new variant of the enzyme that can break down the plastic polyethylene terephthalate, or PET for short. While this doesn't mean we can degrade all kinds of plastic, nor can we degrade it at a fast rate, this still provides some hope that perhaps one day we will be able to take care of large landfills in nature, such as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
Bioremediation is a relatively new procedure However, due to the tragedies it has assisted with, it has flown under the radar. The 2010 Deepwater Horizon disaster released over 134 million gallons of oil into the Gulf of Mexico, devastating native species. This tragedy did have one benefit, however, the use of bioaugmentation, which was the introduction of oil-degrading microbes into the environment. This helped dampen the negative effects of the oil spill and show the potential of bioremediation. While the flagship showcase of bioremediation is the degrading of oil and oil-related products such as plastics, the potential does not end there. Companies such as Cameron Colt and Microgen Biotech Ltd. have invested into research and successfully created species of plant, fungi, and bacteria to assist in the treatment and decontamination of soil and groundwater via the absorption and consumption of pollutants such as lead and hydrocarbons, leading to the reduction of toxins in the environment and bringing back the environmental health to pre-industrial levels. While the world focuses on the next iPhone or PC to buy, scientists are working tirelessly to protect the world from its largest consumers, humanity, and the waste we produce. While the application of bioremediation is currently limited, the future shines bright on how to deal with the ever more present plastic problem participating in every part of people's lives. And now the question is, what are the limitations of bioremediation? Is it possible to implement them into the human system as the consumption of microplastics are continually prevalent in society? And how can we work around those limitations?